So Lebanon Downtown Association public update. Thank you for those who are with us. And we have co-hosting for us is our committee chair, Alicia Rogers, Economic Vitality. And I just ask Alicia, as you see people in the waiting room, if you could let them in and be a gracious host for us, that would be wonderful. Thank you. And please, as always, if there are any questions, there is a chat bar. So I ask if you would just click on chat. I will go ahead and just kind of show what it looks like. If you could, I just said hello to everyone in the chat, but if you guys want to go ahead and have the questions that you may have, Alicia will be more than happy to bring those over to me as I'm presenting. All right. So we have a couple people in the waiting room, so I'll get them admitted. Excellent. So as I was saying, Lebanon Downtown Association Public Update 2021. The downtown has saw a lot of change in the face of COVID. We saw a few businesses close down. The ones that we saw permanently closed through COVID was Real Deals, CrossFit Pink Rhino, Think Brain Candy, The Lobby, and Nemo's. Oh, excuse me a second. Let me go back to that. So if you are not aware of Northwest, excuse me one second. So for those of you who are not familiar, Real Deals, if you have not shopped downtown or familiar with downtown, Real Deals was a great shop for your kind of household accessories, newer clothing, and sadly, just because of the lack of sales and not due to COVID, however, kind of just due to the economy in general of what was going on downtown at the time and people shopping local, that owner was not able to sustain themselves and had to close shop right before they were planning to close before the pandemic. So it just really drives home the importance of we've seen during this pandemic of shopping local so we don't lose great stores as such. Another loss to our downtown was CrossFit Pink Rhino. As I said, Think Brain Candy, that was an awesome bookstore downtown. So for those of you who enjoy going and the smell of fresh books, that was an awesome opportunity that we sadly had lost due to the COVID pandemic, along with The Lobby, which was a bakery coffee shop, and Nemo's, that was a sports store. However, of course, where one door closes, another one opens. To our downtown association, we saw many businesses, or quite a few businesses, come within our downtown area. We saw Northwest Fit that had taken place of the Pink Rhino CrossFit. We have seen the Kento Hibachi Express that came in on the corner of Ash and Main. We have Colette's Bakery and Bistro, which is an amazing French bistro here in our downtown. That actually has a French pastry chef that makes these delicious treats, and then Colette is the baker for this French pastry chef. And of course, we have Helizela Bake Shop. If you have not been down there, I suggest you do. Helizela has amazing Nordic baked goods that are phenomenal. They have taken the place where Chris's Kitchen was located right there on Main, across the street where Strawberry Plaza is. And that was a beautiful passing down of the torch between Chris's Kitchen selling that building and feeling really good about the family that has come in. And the family there has made themselves an extraordinary part of our community already in the short time they've been open since April. Now we have Beauty's Bountiful Books, which has taken the place of actually Think Brain Candy. So there is still a bookstore in our downtown that you can get that feel of having your book in hand and great customer service. So if you head down to Beauty's Bountiful Books, they're on Main. If what they do not have in stock, Elizabeth there will be sure to order for you. We have Maker Studio. This was actually inspired through our COVID pandemic. If you had seen on Facebook, there were opportunities to purchase cookie making kits. These people had decided that it'd be great to be able to have the same type of idea, but brought into brick and mortar. So where you could purchase, whether it be cookie making or birdhouse or some type of fun makers type of, just that crafted idea in mind, a studio to where you and your family or even your closest friends could get together and make something. I believe that during this time of the pandemic, if you go on their website, you can actually purchase items and then they lead the tutorials. And now we also have right here, which is Ash Street Music Store. Right, that is located on Ash Street, excuse me. That has a wonderful place to pick up your instruments. You're able to actually, they have instrument repair there. So you have the ability to not only to purchase something local, but and sustain a business local, but also to get your instruments that you have repaired there. And of course, all this reminds all of us that the importance between us losing businesses during a pandemic and us gaining businesses, that we really need to eat and enjoy and shop local. If, as you see at the bottom of the screen there, approximately 67 cents of every dollar spent remains within our community. And what that looks like is not just, of course, the business owners that take in that profit, but then of course their employees that they employ. And within that, we look at dollars that go towards our schools and towards our roads. So really, when we shop and eat and enjoy our lives locally, we're really doing that wraparound effect for our community to make sure the areas in our that matter to us, our schools and our roads, are continually being a focus of repair and maintenance. So I encourage you, of course, to, as much as you can, shop and eat, enjoy local. And what we do not have in downtown, believe me, our merchants will make it happen for you. That personal touch is a different experience. You actually feel like you have your own personal shopper that keeps you top of mind when you build those relationships with our downtown merchants. And so kind of LDA's role, the Lebanon Downtown Association's role, through not just a pandemic that really did reshape us in how we operated and we conducted ourselves within downtown, but also how our communication is to not just the people who we work with, our volunteers, but also to you, the public. So downtown's role, majority of it comes into regards of communication, coordination, and of course, the community that we build. And in the communication aspect of our, for the downtown role that we have here, is that we work alongside different organizations to push communication that really to our downtown businesses and community members. The Oregon Main Street is actually an affiliate, the Lebanon Downtown Association is an affiliate of the Oregon Main Street program, which is a program that is underneath the Oregon Parks and Rec Department. This program has been essential to the Main Street organizations or downtown associations across America, and especially in our rural communities, where our Main Street has given much information to us for our businesses in regards to national and local grants, for a lot of our small businesses that are just trying to sustain resources to help them. That was also seen, of course, through our our Lebanon Chamber of Commerce, and of course our City of Lebanon, working closely with them, being able to get information out, to the community. Downtown Association was able to share our restaurant guide with you, our newsletters, and information sharing with each other. That has been able to be the success that we've needed to be able to work through these different goals that we have. And just give me a moment, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna go back onto Zoom and have Jeannie Davis, our committee chair, if they would unmute themselves, so we can, I can have them discuss community outreach if they could. Jeannie, are you able to do that?
There we go.
Oh, perfect. I'll go ahead and keep sharing.
Yeah, keep sharing. So the outreach committee for the Downtown Association, we look to strengthen the board and the committees within the Lebanon Downtown Association. The committees is the human resource, and board development is part of that organization. So right now our outreach committee really is our board members. We are looking for individuals to come, wait, go back. There we go. So part of the outreach committee, really our job in the outreach committee and as a board for the Downtown Association is to promote the efforts. We look for volunteers. We solidify the communication plan, what that means, whether it's through Facebook, social media, newspaper, looking at how to communicate all of the events that we're doing downtown in the community for those individuals that we want to come down and participate in that. A little bit of the outreach, of course, is recruiting board and committee members. If you have an interest in any part of the downtown, because it's really, you know, the tagline is the heart of the community, we're looking for people to be on our board, to have maybe a different perspective than what we have. And we're always looking for community members or committee members that are interested in how the downtown looks and wants to be on the design committee, or interested in outreach to help me find volunteers. So all of that is really what the outreach committee is. It's building a larger organization, a larger coalition to help improve our downtown corridor. And we also do the new member orientation. So if you're looking at being a member of our downtown association as a board member or a committee member, we're going to give you a little orientation and kind of go through all the nuts and bolts about being on the Downtown Association. With that, we work with coordination, and I'll pass it over to Kathy in a minute, coordination on some of the events, the communication of the events, the downtown Bands and Brews events. So there's a lot of events in the community that the outreach committee really strives to get the volunteers to help work that, and volunteers to help be part of the Downtown Association as a board member. So with that, I'll pass it over to Cassie, and she'll talk about the coordination and some of the events that we have downtown.
Thank you. So for the coordination downtown, it does take many boots on the ground to make that happen. And of course, hours spending trying to figure out how you're going to make things, especially during a life of COVID. So for items like summer bands and brews, and of course, we do not know what 2021 is going to prepare us for the summer. But if we were to work like we did last year in 2020, and we had the same COVID procedures, we have people who are our social distancing monitors, greeters, sanitizers. So we had, other than just your sound, your scheduling performers, you know, other than just kind of the fun stuff that everyone gets to do, we really had this last year had needed those boots on the ground to make that happen. And so even outside of 2020 or COVID procedures, Downtown Association, it does take the coordination, of course, of many to make things like, you know, our downtown trick or treat, which this last year we had a Halloween on Main and Grant. And then we also have a Taste of Downtown event that came up through 2020. That was a lot of fun. And then we also, through that, we were able to see coordination come through with our restaurant owners. As many of you understand, that our restaurants have been hit pretty hard through this pandemic, and having to have outdoor dining only, and then having even smaller capacity that they're able to serve indoors. And not as many people getting the takeout. So these restaurant owners have come together to problem solve. They may be individual business owners, however, their passion for community, their passion to thrive, and recognizing when one thrives, we all survive, have come together to be able to, like I said, problem solve and overcome those challenges that COVID has brought with us. Through those Dying Downtown collaboration boxes. And those boxes went really quickly. It was to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory on that. When they came together in a really quick turnaround, you know, they were hoping they might get 20 boxes sold. And as a consumer and as their customer, I had told them, you know, I was like, I don't know, you know, this might be something that can go for, I think that people of our community would really appreciate being able to have a little bit of all the great stuff that we have downtown. And that was correct. Our community was overjoyed with having these Dine Downtown collaboration boxes. They sold more than 20, which was wonderful, in under 24 hours. And it's something that these restaurants want to continue to do. When we're not able to do the Taste of Downtown, which takes community members, a group of community members to each location to taste the different food and beverages these restaurants provide. When we cannot have that, we can have the Dine Downtown collaboration boxes that go out to your homes that you guys can still enjoy those restaurants as a whole. And so I'm going to kind of deviate for a second because I want to be able to show you really quickly here. This is a hyperlink that's on my slide, but it's going to navigate us very quickly over to the LDA Downtown Association event page and programs. In here, you will see different buttons. You are not able to click on these items here, but different buttons as the events come up, whether it's a community cleanup day, whether we have our spacewalk videos, our First Fridays, the Dine Downtown collaboration boxes, or whether it's our winter photo entry form. You can click on these buttons here, and they change throughout the year to whatever event's going on. But this just gives you a full list in order. Dates are at the top, the content and explanations at the bottom of each event. So you can kind of come through here at your leisure and look through these. You will see we have many different other events that then mentioned. We have our concerts in the park that it happens every Tuesday. That's usually through June through August. Sadly, because of COVID, we were unable to have concerts in the park. The donor dollars, the sponsor dollarship dollars were not there as the community was really trying to survive during that time period. We have downtown trick or treat. And then during the winter time, which we sadly did not see this year, was the Jingle Bell Run Walk. Last year, we had partnered with Special Olympics because obviously if you're going to have an athletic event, you should support the athletes in your community. And supporting Special Olympics of Lynn County not only allowed us to support those within Lebanon, but also allowed Lebanon to support those other athletes outside of Lebanon. So we were able to create better kind of a holistic kind of wraparound effect of what we're able to do. And then on this page here, we have our event calendar. So if you kind of want to know what's going on LDA, check out the event calendar. It will list what's going on, and you're able to kind of keep abreast to LDA happenings. So I will go ahead and go back to my slide. And I'll go ahead and turn this over to promotions chair, Yvette Meyer. If you could unmute yourself, and then you would speak to kind of the promotions committee and how the promotions committee ties or makes that coordination aspect happen, because you can write a work plan, but it does take people to make this happen. So Yvette, are you on with us? Let me see if I can. Let me see if Yvette's able to unmute themselves.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, I will remove my chat from the window before I hit send. That you would need to release my voice.
Oh, there you go.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, Yvette Meyer here, the chairman of the promotions committee. So we are going to bring back our First Fridays, not how they have been in the past, but we will do what we can. Our first one's coming up a week from tomorrow. And it's, of course, near Valentine's Day. So we're going to, once again, bring back the love of chocolate. The Victorian Chocolate Company is providing their delicious chocolates for us to distribute to the downtown businesses. They will be individually wrapped so we can feel assured that we're following the COVID protocol, if you will. What we're going to do is we're going to encourage folks to shop at those businesses where those chocolates are going to be. So we're going to have little drop boxes at the businesses, and they're going to drop their receipts in there from either that location or wherever they shopped that night. And a prize will be drawn or I'm sorry, a receipt will be drawn from those boxes once we collect them the next day. And we'll be giving away a nice basket, a Valentine's themed basket for the winner. After that, we move on into March, and we've kind of gone along with our theme that it's Dr. Seuss's birthday. So we're going to, as we did last year, follow that theme. And there'll be more information coming on that. And I'm trying to find my list. Here it is. Then in April, we're going to do what was a very, very big hit. And hopefully we're crossing our fingers that COVID will go away by then and we can do our poker run. If we can't do it like we did in the past, then we'll have some variation that will work. Then we move into May and we're doing the Cinco de Mayo. And then we have the Wine and Art Walk. We weren't able to do that last year. It coincides with the Strawberry Festival. We'll do it on the Friday night before the parade. Then we move into the Chalk Art and Carnival Fun in August. And a new one too that we haven't done in the past is for August, we're doing the Flair of the Caribbean. Then we're going to have a very exciting block party September 3rd for the First Friday event. And then our closing one for the year will be a Dungeons and Dragons type theme, kind of a gaming theme. So we're pretty excited to actually get back into First Fridays because we missed them all last year. I think we ended with Dr. Seuss as being our last one last year. So it's been a long, a dry spell for First Fridays, but if we do it right, we believe we're going to do it right, we can make it safe and fun for everyone. Anything else, Cassie, you think I should add? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I moved down here I didn't see November. I didn't scroll down far enough. And I'm trying to see, sorry, my logo is covering it up. Oh, the Honor to Courage is in November, which is around our Veterans Day theme. And then, of course, in December, we'll have the Yuletide Christmas theme.
Yeah,
Okay,
would
go
you
ahead.
would you go ahead and would you actually take a moment and to kind of explain the objectives and how the promotions committee is going to meet those objectives that we have bullet pointed?
How we're going to meet them as far as COVID guidelines? Is that what you're referring to?
Not guidelines, no, just meet them overall. So and build a unified image by targeting a clear, specific marketing niche with materials and activities. Like that to me, would definitely be something like First Fridays, but if we would explain those bullet points that we have here and how we're planning to, how we're planning to able to achieve these objectives.
Oh, got it. Well, you know what?
Briefly.
Sure. Here goes my briefly. I have recruited to be on my promotions team. She also sits on I believe the design team, but Brooklyn Theodoroff is an outstanding graphic artist and has been working diligently on all the posters for the remainder of the year. So what we'll be doing is posting the entire year's worth of themed events to make sure that folks are aware of what we're doing and the times we're doing them. And as we get closer to each event during the month, we'll make sure that we identify those businesses that are involved so folks can go to those businesses and hopefully shop those businesses and just, maintain their presence downtown so we can keep the economy going down here, if you will. Some of the events that we have going on are different than what we've done in past First Fridays. So, that's a new, if you will. And, what we want to see downtown as we're doing this First Friday event is get more interaction as far as pictures and video to just engage everyone at a distance, of course, just to keep them informed of what we're doing so that they know that downtown is still vibrant and we're working towards, keeping it that way.
Perfect.
How's
Thank you.
that?
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'll go ahead and continue on. So the other part that LDA, plays a role in within our community is that that's what we do. We try to build community. Community is what we create. We build that through, of course, through volunteerism. Of course, as we all know, excuse me, I'm gonna go back. I really like that whole frontwards button because as we know, teamwork makes the dream work. And to kind of give you guys an idea, and again, I'm going to kind of go off topic again. I want to show you here again on the downtown page. And this is our volunteer opportunities page that we have. Where of course, our volunteers are the backbone. As the Main Street manager, I am the only paid staff member to kind of help coordinate the volunteers that it takes to make this downtown Lebanon Downtown Association happen. So with that said, if you are interested in participating, we have a community cleanup day that we hold usually once a year, but this year we're holding it twice a year. This year we're asking, of course, residents to clean up, to make small steps to make larger impact by cleaning up around their houses, their neighborhoods. If you're interested in cleaning up around our downtown area and our parks, please register to volunteer with us. Another aspect that we're having is that we'll be at Ralston Park on February 6th from 9 a.m. to noon. If you, and especially if you know anybody who has men's clothing or twin sheet bedding, and it goes with pillowcases, fitted sheets, top sheets, and of course the comforter itself and blankets, and you just have those things that you would need to clean out your closets, we will have the Teen Challenge Men's Center, which is located in the Willamette Valley. They will actually be having a truck that if you are interested in donating, and it's just men's clothing because this is a men's center. So if you donate your men's clothing and bedding to bring it to Ralston Park between 9 a.m. to noon, you would be helping a group of individuals to be able to not only feel their best, but get the comfortable rest night's sleep as they put themselves back together and back on their feet to make them the people that they want to be. So you would be an instrumental part in making that happen, especially if there are some clothes that, if you're a professional, or if you used to be a working professional, retired, or know somebody that's retired and looking to get rid of all those clothes, this is a great opportunity for these men to be able to dress for success and to be able to go confidently into this world. So again, Community Cleanup Day is going to be from 9 a.m. to noon. Another location we will have is the Habitat resale store. So if there are items you are looking to donate, whether they be furniture items as such, please bring them down to Habitat resale store there on Main Street. But they cannot donate, they can break down and they can recycle and save a lot of debris and garbage from our landfills. And of course, Main Street, if you've ever been around Main Street during 4th of July, MLK Day, President's Day, you will see that there are flags along Main Street. And this takes a group of volunteers to do. LDA has the flags. The city has been wonderful to provide the flag holders for us in the sidewalk that are in the ground. So we can have these flags to honor those in our lives we've either served or have given it all on the Day of Remembrance. So if you are interested, please register to flags. There are different dates throughout the year, starting with the February dates since we're already past all the ones for January. And of course, we have our volunteer leadership because it does take a group of individuals for this to happen. So, and I will apologize because our committees, our members are not updated as such as they need to be. I'm missing quite a few, but if you look here, we do have some board vacancies. So if there is a spot in your heart to want to see change within your community, within your downtown, and you would like to be able to serve at a greater capacity, we would love to have you. And of course, as I've had and still have 2 more people to speak in regards to their committees, but these are the different committees LDA has to make it function. You've heard from our outreach, which at the time was called Organization Committee, and our Promotions Committee. Our promotion committee has actually grown with the subcommittee of the Dine Downtown that um, is actually adds quite a few, because the events take a lot of work, and a lot of that work isn't just people showing the day of. A lot of that work is, behind the scenes that you do not see. Summer Bands and Brews, it's someone contracting with the bands. It's the videos that get produced. There's a videographer that's taking care of that for us, Alan Nixon. And of course, as you can see, our committees could definitely grow and utilize support too. So if you have a passion and you have that cerebral mind and want to see economic change, and you have the time to do so, we'd love to have you on our economic vitality committee. Same goes for our design. If you want to see the beautification of a downtown, we'd love to hear your opinions and to be able to work alongside you. Same thing goes for promotion, to put on our events. And of course, we would always need help to help getting that information out to people. So if you want to be part of our outreach committee, we'd love to be able to work alongside you. So to go back to the, to this slideshow presentation, and it takes the partnerships outside of just the volunteers. We've been able to this year to work alongside and bring on board LBCC students. It costs money to go to school. And for students who go to LBCC, if they volunteer 100 hours, they end up getting 3 college credits. So LDA has been able to take the volunteer opportunities that we have, like community cleanup day, and like the opportunities to put the flags out and a few others, to LBCC students, that so they can earn college credit. So their impact in the community is being repaid by education. And of course, who was speaking earlier with our outreach committee, that was Dr. Jeannie Davis. Dr. Jeannie Davis works with Comp Northwest and works alongside the students. And part of her duties is to help place them with volunteer opportunities, so they are interacting within our community and serving. And so not only do we have LBCC students that are making a difference within our community and helping out, we also have Comp Northwest students, the Osteopathic Medical School. And through this and through the partnerships we're able to create, working alongside other organizations and of course our fellow community members, we're able to celebrate in our community. We were able to celebrate during a time of a pandemic when we were all unsure in the beginning with Summer Bands and Brews. Even though we were not able to move forward with some of our other events like concerts in the park or First Fridays, we were still able to celebrate in some capacity. So to kind of make that community happen, I'm going to turn things over to Alicia Rogers, who is with our Economic Vitality Committee, for her to kind of explain what their objectives are for 2021 and their goals. Are you there, Alicia?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm the chair for the Economic Vitality Committee. It's also a little bit near and dear to my heart because it's my day job too. I'm the economic development catalyst for the city of Lebanon. So I'm all about economic development. So this is a great fit for me on this committee. Our goals this year just to become a resource for not only the existing businesses in the downtown, but also for the future businesses. So making sure that we're having great communication, which is one of our objectives there, and increasing that communication with the downtown businesses, because it's not just about recruitment and bringing in the new businesses, but it's making sure that the businesses that are already there know that this committee is here, that we can bring them resources, we can help bring them grants, and different business ideas. If they would like to see a different type of webinar, if they want to have help with marketing, that's something that we can communicate with them and figure out what their needs are and then help them to get to those resources to make their business thrive in the downtown. But then we also want to have a very welcoming environment for the new businesses as well, because that is huge. We definitely have some vacancies in the downtown. And so being able to showcase what those spaces not only can rent for, but with the potential of those spaces, and bringing those new businesses in there, helping them see what that space looks like. And that's why in 2020, we did the space walks. which sounds like it's, otherworldly and out in outer space, but it's literally showing off the spaces that we have in the downtown. So our committee member, Bill Fletcher and Cassie, worked together to create videos of the different spaces and talk about the square footage and the things that need to get updated still in order to make that a viable space, potential rent, and just ideas for different businesses that could be there. And then those are posted on our website. One of the other objectives that we have for this year is to be able to showcase those available spaces with a little bit more intention of recruiting new businesses. So not only will those space walks be posted, but all of the details about those spaces, square footage, the rent, everything like that will be posted on our website this year. That's one of our objectives, to just kind of show everybody what some suggestions are, and so that they're not having to hunt for what spaces are available. But if we can keep an ongoing list to just show everybody what's available, they can just kind of have that one stop and then talk to Bill from there, who is a local commercial real estate broker. So it's great to have him on the board and on the committee to bring those pieces together. And then providing the resources for the incoming businesses. We would love this year to put together a brochure of how to go into business in Lebanon. It makes it really straightforward and easy when they know the processes and the steps of who they need to register with, who they need to talk to at the city. Some resources for commercial real estate and being able to find the right space. So if we can put together that one-stop shop brochure and make it a little bit easier to help those businesses transition from either just being a great idea and concept, or they could be working in from their home, out of their garage, and they're ready to have their first brick and mortar space, and we would love to have them in the downtown. So that's the update and our goals and objectives for the Economic Vitality Committee. And Cassie, real quick, while I have the floor, we did have one question that came through in the chat and I answered it, but I just wanted everybody to see it. The question was, what date is the event in February when customers place their receipts at the retail stores? And that's the first Friday event. So that'll be the first Friday in February, which is the 5th. And I'm not sure if it goes on any longer than that, if you or Yvette want to talk to that, but that's my understanding.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, first Friday, the 5th, that is when we will have that. That will be an all-day event. Instead of having it go just for a couple hours, we'll extend that for an all day for COVID purposes. So thank you. So moving on, we have, again, we're going to have, if Dr. Jeannie Davis would please unmute yourself to speak kind of to the design committee. Dr. Jeannie Davis also chairs our design committee. Are you there, Dr. Jeannie Davis? Oops, again. Maybe. We'll see if we can get her back on.
It takes you to unmute me first.
Okay.
Thank you. So I work on the outreach committee and I also work on the design committee. And the design committee is where I started. And we really look at what the downtown looks like. So the safety factors, the livability of downtown, is it family friendly? So the purpose is to create an attractive, coordinated, quality images of a community that's unique to the assets and heritage of the downtown. So we don't want to take away from the history of downtown. We just want to make it a little bit more family friendly. So some of the things that the design committee has worked on, planting the new trees downtown, making that more coordinated through, we've worked on lighting. Some of the awnings downtown needed repair and or cleaning. So those are kind of things that the design committee looks at. So our objectives that we work on for the design committee is like Cassie said, the community downtown cleanup day. This year, it's not just downtown, it's a community-wide cleanup day. So we really have accommodated that for the COVID pandemic. In the past, we've done just the Main Street corridor and the surrounding 2nd Street and Park Street areas of the downtown. We're continuing the beauty of downtown with public improvements. Some of the things that we're looking at is not only bringing trash bins, but recycle bins downtown so that people have an option and hopefully use the recycle bins. And we're looking at water refill stations. So your water bottle refill stations, more so than like the bubblers or the faucets, but really a bottle refill station. And we work on organizing the downtown streetscapes and holiday decor. We do the window decorations and for the main street, and kind of really look at just beautifying the downtown, making it more family friendly for those that enter our downtown. That's pretty much it. There's a lot of work that goes in there's a lot of work that goes into the design committee, from community cleanup day to really looking at just the downtown businesses, the window cleaning, the awning cleaning, the sidewalk cleaning, and that kind of stuff. So really, we look at it as a whole and how we can help the businesses improve the aesthetics of their business.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie Davis. All right. So that is how our design and economic vitality committee really do try to create that sense of community by looking at the health and wellness and beautification of our downtown. So here's where we're I know it's kind of a busy picture, but this is kind of where we're asking our community members to kind of help invest in our downtown, support our local businesses. As you see kind of to the right-hand side of that screen, that's only a few of the many people that are downtown. I could not put all of them in one, so I just had done a few. But you can get almost anything that you need downtown, whether it is a household item from Habitat, whether you're looking to propose to someone and it's trembles, whether you want to take someone about for that perfect date to propose to them and it's a seller, or if you need a new outfit, which could be at Amber Moon's boutique. And of course, there are many more businesses within our downtown that can be a part of your everyday life and your family's history, and bring in that sense of community and drive that home. So coming soon in 2021, the Downtown Association on our website, we will have a shopping and dining guide. What that will look like is the businesses will be listed, and then you can be able to click on them and it would take you to either their own business website or their Google link and or their Facebook page, however the business communicates the best for themselves. So that's going to be coming again in 2021. And then also to create community, we are looking to make downtown the heart of Lebanon. And that's where we ask people to be able to be a part of that. And I'll go ahead and click over to my other hyperlink really quickly to the donate and fundraiser page. That does show here if you are interested in, and when you do purchase your next collaboration box, this is where you'll go to do that. Here we have the Dine Downtown collaboration boxes that you can click on this link when the next one is ready to go, so you can purchase those. We're always looking for donors. We're asking people if they can, give $5. We figure if we can get our community of our goal is to get the community of 16,000 to have 3,000 people to give $5 a month, $60 a year, which would be $180,000 investment into our downtown, that we could have bigger events. We could have maybe, start utilizing one of the other parks for either an event or concert series. So we're able to grow what we already have to build upon it. And then we can also grow what we're able to do in the capacity that we're able to give as well to our community. So if that is something you're interested in being a part of, a downtown believer and to make a difference in our downtown and can give fiscally, we're asking people to donate. And of course, if you had seen on some of those slides, you saw that Lebanon Strong, our promotion committee to kind of help with the loss of income that the Downtown Association sustained last year. Sadly, because of the pandemic and the loss of funds from the transient lodging tax, the Downtown Association, along with a few other organizations, was defunded. We lost $25,000, which was the majority of the funding for the coordinator position of the Main Street manager. And sadly, we are having to make that up. Our promotions committee was on top of that and came out with a Lebanon Strong apparel page where you're able to get your social distancing championing apparel, and of course your Lebanon Strong and your Lebanon Oregon swag. So we would love for you guys to always check that out and to see that. But it does take all of us to make this happen. And if it wasn't for all of us, community wouldn't happen. We wouldn't have downtown trick or treat. We would not have a summer bands and brews or concerts in the park. With all of us working together, we make it happen together. And this year is definitely a testament to that, of all of us collaborating and trying to make this work for our survival, not just for our families, but for the entire community and the health and wellness for our community, to continue on with those events and try and make them as safe as possible. With that said, I want to go ahead with events. I want to leave you with a little piece. I will have a little moment for, if there are any questions, you guys can type them now in the chat box, or if you would like to ask a question to one of our committee chairs, please do. Or if you have a question for me, your Main Street manager, please do as well. But I will leave you guys really quickly with this. This is about 18 seconds here with the band DTW that came from Corvallis, and they had played for us at our Summer Bands and Brews. So this is just kind of a closeout moment of their performance. And just as good as they were, oops, let's do it again. And as wonderful as they were, we plan to hopefully have them back again. And of course, have a multitude of other people back for Summer Bands and Brews, whatever that may look like. So that is the wrap up of our downtown slideshow presentation for our downtown update. If you have any questions, Alicia, if you would unmute yourself, and if there's any questions in that chat box, that's great. If not, it's wonderful if you're able to cover it all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any questions. Denise had just said that the event links can be shared from the LDA Facebook page. So yeah, our events as they upcome, we'll put them on Facebook, and then we share them in different locations as well. So yeah, please help us by sharing those events, because that will definitely help spread the word and recognition of those things as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that is much appreciated. The word of mouth is greatly appreciated. If you know somebody that would be a great fit for the Downtown Association, whether it's volunteerism, or if there's a community idea that you may have that we have yet to do in Lebanon, if you're from a different community and they've done something there that has worked, we would love an opportunity to see if we can do that. And if not, mimic that or make it at least work for Lebanon. So if you have ideas, please email me. My email, I can put back up my screen or put it in the chat box, but my email is LDA Main Street Manager @gmail.com, and I will write that in the chat box. Or if Alicia would write that in the chat box, it'd be better. They don't have to think and talk at the same time. Thank you. So if there is nothing else, I can say thank you all for attending this live Zoom 2021 Lebanon Downtown Association update with your Main Street manager and your amazing committee chairs, Lisa Rogers, Yvette Meyer, and Dr. Jeannie Davis. If you have, like I said, any questions, please reach out.